Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you're brand new, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about 9 reasons why people are leaving California. You're going to want to stick around until the end because the last 3 reasons that I give you for people leaving Sacramento are unavoidable. So reason number 1 that people are leaving Sacramento is the traffic and the congestion. When you come out here and you jump on the freeways, you're going to find out that sometimes it's going to be like a parking lot, and it used to just be during rush hour traffic. Now it's pretty much all day long. Let me give you 3 reasons why traffic is getting so bad here in the Sacramento area. And the number 1 reason is going to be because of the lack of public transportation. We have a light rail and bus system through regional transit. I haven't been on a bus in a while. I know the light rail doesn't get you many places in Sacramento. It'll get you into the city, but it doesn't connect to a lot of the surrounding suburban areas. And that's one of the big problems, is that not too many people live in the city of Sacramento itself, but in the surrounding suburban areas and county, you have more people that can't get into the city, through the light rail system. And the bus system, I hear, is so-so, not as great as it is in many big cities where you have a lot of buses coming, every few minutes. Sacramento is not designed like that. The number 2 reason why the traffic is so bad, and it kind of ties into the lack of public transportation, is Sacramento is a really car-dependent city. Some cities you can get around, in the big cities, you prefer not to have a car and take public transportation. Sacramento is not one of those. If you live in some of the surrounding areas and you work in the city of Sacramento, or if you live in one suburban area and you work in another suburban area, it's going to take a while to get there, and you're going to need a car. Not a very walkable city, unless you're in the downtown area. That's a nice walkable area. But let's say if you live in Elk Grove, which is a suburban city south of Sacramento, and you work in Roseville, that could be an hour commute. So just imagine trying to get there by public transportation. It's going to be a nightmare. The number 3 reason why the traffic is so bad is the terrible freeway and highway infrastructure. Most cities, big cities, will have some kind of circle or loop freeway that can get you around the city without having to go into the heart of the city. Sacramento is not like that. We have 4 major freeways. You'll have I-5 and you'll have 99 that will run north and south through the city. And you'll have Highway 50 and Interstate 80, which run east to west through the city. Those freeways all cut through the major part of the city. So there's no freeway or highway that will take you around the city and avoid the traffic. So that's another reason why the traffic is so bad in Sacramento, especially on the highways, because east and west, north and south, you have to go through the city to get from one side to the other. The second reason that people are leaving Sacramento is it's becoming overcrowded. We used to be known as a small cow town, but now we're growing and growing in population, and there's a lot of construction out here. So overcrowding and construction is going to be reason number 2 that people are leaving. The overcrowding shows when you go out at night, or you want to go out to lunch or dinner with your family. You'll go to a restaurant and the lines will be out of control, really busy, which is great for the businesses. But if you want to go somewhere and sit down with your family, just expect to have a wait time, 30, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, if you go to some of the more popular eateries here. So that's one of the reasons that people are leaving Sacramento, is just way too overcrowded for this small city. Construction is everywhere in Sacramento because they're trying to keep up with the demand of people coming to Sacramento. Because even though people are leaving Sacramento, we get a great influx, and we get more people coming to Sacramento now than we get leaving. But the construction is one of the main reasons that people choose to leave. It's a lot of noise. You come to the freeway, Highway 50, going into Highway 80. They've been doing construction on that freeway, which seems forever. And literally, unless you're traveling on that freeway during the graveyard midnight hours, you're going to get stuck in traffic. It's going to add an extra 20, 30 minutes onto your trip. So road construction, house construction, which are all great things because they're trying to increase the infrastructure. They're trying to build more homes for people to come out and have a place to live, which in a few years it'll all be great. But for right now, construction and overcrowded is the number 2 reason why people are leaving the Sacramento area. Point number 3 is going to be suburban dependency. And what do I mean by that? The city of Sacramento is about 500,000 people, but most people in this area live in the county, not necessarily within the city limits or downtown. So we all live kind of here. I'll just show you. They're building a lot out here in the unincorporated areas. I'm probably about 5 minutes from my house, and we kind of get stuck out here, and not necessarily stuck, but you're going to need a car to get to the store, to get to the kids' school. Not a very walkable city, or county, I should say. We all kind of live in the surrounding areas in different suburbs. So suburban dependency is kind of another reason why people are leaving Sacramento. If you want to get into the city, it's going to take you 30, 40 minutes to get to the city of Sacramento. Or if you're living up in the hills like Folsom, El Dorado, Placer counties, those types of areas, to get down into Sacramento, it could take you up to an hour sometimes with traffic. So, you're kind of stuck to your area. Unless you have a good reason to go into the city, you stay in your suburban area. So suburban dependency is one of the reasons that people are leaving Sacramento. Hey, really quick, guys, I just wanted to remind you that as much as I love making these videos for you, I'd love to help you even more with your real estate needs. So that number that's popping up on the screen, you can call, text, or if you want to email me, I'll be the one returning the phone calls, text messages, and emails. I'd love to sit down with you, find out what your real estate needs are, and help you figure out what you want to do when you come to Sacramento. With having said that, let's get back to it. The fourth reason people are leaving Sacramento: wildfires. Although Sacramento isn't directly affected by the wildfires as far as things burning and catching on fire, Sacramento kind of sits down at the bottom of the bowl. If you think about a bowl, we kind of sit down in the valley at the bottom. So when there are wildfires, there are days, sometimes weeks, when you will walk outside and you cannot see the blue skies because the smoke just settles in on Sacramento. It makes for poor air quality. A lot of times, if you have kids in activities, they will cancel those activities because it's not healthy to be outside breathing in all that smoke. So although the wildfires aren't here directly in Sacramento, they do cause havoc. Another thing that the wildfires have done is they've increased insurance premiums. Also, a lot of insurance companies are no longer even doing insurance on new home construction because of the wildfires. So that's a big problem out here in the Sacramento area, and why people are leaving, because they can't get their homes insured or the insurance prices have skyrocketed. The fifth reason people are leaving Sacramento is because of the drought. We've been in a drought for years and years and years. Then we finally get out of the drought, but yet the reason that's a problem is because when we're in a drought, the city or the county will restrict your water uses. They'll tell you what days you can water, how long you can water, when you can water. They recommend, you get drought resistant grass. They have the water police driving around making sure that people aren't using the water when they're not supposed to. So it just becomes a headache and a hassle for people that just want to have a beautiful yard out front. It's encouraged out here sometimes to conserve water and let your grass die. So that's another reason why people are leaving the Sacramento area, is because of the drought. And also with the drought, our waterways, Sacramento is very outdoor friendly. We have plenty of lakes out here and rivers out here. People like to get out there and get on their boats and their jet skis. Unfortunately, when the water levels are low because of the drought, you're restricted to how much of that activity you're going to be able to do. Sometimes you can't even get your boat out there in certain areas. So the drought is another big reason why people are leaving Sacramento and California. The number 6 reason people are leaving Sacramento: extreme heat. It gets really hot here in Sacramento. So if you can't handle the heat, you might want to stay out of this kitchen. What I mean by that is sometimes in the summer, we can reach temperatures up to 110, 115 degrees. And you can't do anything but stay inside. Now, this is in Arizona where it stays like that for entire summer or for an entire month, but we do have many stretches during the summer where you're going to experience multiple triple-digit weather. And so if you don't like it hot, then you're probably not going to want to come to Sacramento. Now let's talk about the last 3 reasons people are leaving Sacramento. And these are unavoidable. So if you can't handle any one of these 3, then Sacramento is probably not going to be a place for you, and it's a reason why people are leaving Sacramento. The number 7 reason why people are leaving Sacramento is the high cost of living. California is known for being very expensive, and Sacramento is no different. It's pretty expensive to live here. Now, if you're coming from Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Jose, San Diego, then Sacramento is a great place to be, because all of those big cities are a lot more expensive than Sacramento, and those are where most of the people come from that move to Sacramento from within California. But if you're coming from another state other than like New York or maybe Florida, and even Florida, I don't believe in most areas is as expensive as California. You know, California can really shock you with how expensive it is to live out here. And even for some of the locals, it's getting a little expensive out here. Now, some of the contributing factors to why California cost of living is so high, number one is going to be gas prices. There's gas prices, gas tax that they've added on to the gas prices, where I've seen one time when I was driving back from Texas with my daughter, the minute we hit California, gas prices shot up about, I want to say $1.50 or $2 just when we crossed over the border from Arizona into California. And so, yeah, Sacramento gas prices are no different than Southern California. You know, they're a little higher down there, but gas prices here are pretty high as well. I wish in Sacramento we had the national average for gas prices, because I hear about that all the time. The national gas price is $2, $3. Well, we haven't seen those prices in many, many years. So gas prices is one of the reasons that California and Sacramento affordability is pretty high. Another thing is electricity and utilities. Our electricity out here is pretty high. You know, we have SMUD and some other local companies. PG&E, if you're unfortunate enough to live in an area that requires you to have PG&E, they are, I want to say, in the top 3 most expensive electric companies in California. I always think it's because they're trying to get their money back from being sued from all the wildfires that they caused, but that's just my thought. The number 8 reason why people are leaving Sacramento is housing affordability. The home prices in Sacramento, just like any other parts of the country, have increased dramatically, especially since the pandemic. But California prices always seem to be higher than the rest of the country, and Sacramento is no different. So the local people here that are from Sacramento, they can't handle these prices and they leave. And that's one of the reasons why people leave Sacramento, is the home prices. Now, when you compare us to other cities in California, such as San Jose and San Francisco in the Bay Area, or if you go down to Southern California and you are in Los Angeles or San Diego, our prices are great. People from those cities love to move here to Sacramento because of the affordability. But if you're coming from another state, or if you've been in Sacramento pretty much your whole life or for a long time, then these prices are getting a little high, and that's causing people to leave Sacramento. The number 9 reason and final reason that people are leaving Sacramento and the great state of California, and it's unavoidable, is taxes. State taxes, income taxes, gas taxes, you name it, we tax it. And taxes here are higher than in most states. Some states don't have state income tax, we do. Some of the gas taxes that you'll see when you go to the gas pump are just ridiculous. And they say they're good, they're giving that money to the roads and the education. I don't know, I don't see it. But hey, it is what it is. So those are the 9 reasons that people are leaving Sacramento, but don't let that keep you from coming out here, because it is a great place to live. It's a great city. More people are coming to Sacramento than are leaving. But when you talk about why people are leaving, those are the 9 most given answers as to why they're leaving the city of Sacramento. Hey, one more time, don't forget, as much as I like making these videos, I love even more to help you with your real estate needs. I am a licensed real estate agent here in the city of Sacramento in the state of California. So if you're looking to move to California, if you're looking to move to Sacramento, call that number that you see on the screen, text that number that you see on the screen. I'm the person that responds to those texts and answers the calls, or you can send me an email and I will get back to you. Let's set up a time where we can sit down, go over what it is that you're looking for and what your plans are on your timeline, and we'll make a plan for you to move to Sacramento.